You are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. In Pakistan, 2 more Christians have been accused of breaking the infamous blasphemy law. On April the 9th, 2 Christian nurses, Mariam and Navish Arooj, working in a civilian hospital in Faisalabad, were charged with blasphemy law 295B of the Pakistan Penal Code. They are accused of tearing a sticker displaying a verse from the Quran. Mariam was attacked by a member of hospital staff with a knife. She was left with a wound on her hand. Meanwhile, Cassidy, coordinator of the National Commission for Justice and Peace of the Pakistani Episcopal Conference, said that the victims have been falsely accused. The blasphemy law is often used to victimize Christians who are a minority in the Islamic nation. Now, here is some good news from the United States. The Supreme Court has exempted prayer meetings from curbs placed by the state of California on in-house gatherings. The court's decision comes after a pastor in Santa Clara County challenged the pandemic restrictions on in-house gatherings, which prohibited him from bringing believers home for prayer meetings and Bible study. Justices Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett comprise the majority of judges who ruled in favour of in-house religious gatherings. The court said the regulation of at-home religious gatherings violated the protection for religious exercise enshrined in the First Amendment. Proclaiming the sanctity of life, Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone of San Francisco in the US offered a Mass for life on April the 10th. During the Mass, which was offered outdoors at the parish of St Gregory in San Mateo, the Archbishop urged believers to be the eyes of Christ in the world in order to cast light on the darkness and open the eyes of people to the cultural blindness of injustice. In his homily, he accused organisations such as Planned Parenthood of targeting African American communities in which half of the pregnancies of black women end in abortions. The Archbishop compared this to genocide, and he encouraged the faithful to have the boldness of faith to continue to witness to the sanctity of life. In the South American nation of Ecuador, the Electoral Council has confirmed the victory of Guillermo Lasso Mendoza as the new president. Mendoza, who is a Catholic as well as a supernumerary of Opus Dei, garnered 53% of the total votes, while his opponent Andres Arauz got 47%. During his victory address, he thanked God, his family and the public for choosing him, adding that Ecuadorians have decided their future and shown the need for change. The president-elect, who is a businessman, has pledged to defend democracy, the rights of citizens and those specific to women and to girls. Lasso, who is a pro-life supporter, has also promised to implement a national project that continues to listen to everyone. The bishops of the US state of Colorado have announced that the obligation to attend Mass on Sundays and other holy days will be reinstated on Pentecost Sunday, that is May the 23rd. The bishops said that all Catholics without major risk factors or other serious reasons should attend Mass. They also exhorted believers to reflect during the Easter season as to why they are called to Mass each week. Holy Masses were suspended in March last year following the spread of the coronavirus pandemic, and believers were granted a dispensation. The bishop said that those who are sick or who have been recently exposed to the coronavirus and people with significant health risk factors are exempted from attending Mass. The Canadian government has expanded its medical assistance in dying law, allowing euthanasia and assisted dying to those suffering from mental illness and those who are not in a near-death situation. This has been opposed by the Catholic bishops of the nation. In a statement published on April the 9th, the bishops called on the faithful to pray and voice their opposition through their elected lawmakers. In the statement, Archbishop Richard Gagnon, president of the country's Episcopal Conference, reiterates church teachings on euthanasia and dignity and says that the new law puts immense pressure on those suffering from mental illness. Archbishop Gagnon of Winnipeg says the advocacy must continue for rapid access to mental health care, social support for people with such illnesses, and suicide prevention programs. Longtime Vatican diplomat and Curia member Cardinal Edward Cassidy has died. The former president of the Pontifical Council for Promoting Christian Unity passed away in Newcastle, Australia on Saturday at the age of 96. The Cardinal was also the sostituto, that is the second-ranking official at the Secretariat of State, for 21 months. Cardinal Cassidy was instrumental in drafting the Joint Declaration on the Doctrine of Justification with the Lutheran World Federation in 1999. He retired from the Office of Christian Unity in 2001 and returned to his home country after serving for more than 30 years as a nuncio and curia official. Born on the 5th of July in 1924 in Sydney, Cardinal Cassidy was ordained a priest in 1949. He was elevated to the Sacred College of Cardinals in 1991 by Pope St John Paul II. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.